Hi guys, this is Mark Shawson, the Pattern Trader, and in the past couple of weeks we've had probably the most historic volatility in the stock markets, in gold market, in oil, basically across any market. And so I've been inundated with questions, and one of the most common questions, of course, is how do I protect myself in a chaotic market condition? And I have to think about this one. It's not an easy one to answer. It's really a multifaceted answer. I mean, first off, it really depends how you're positioned. If you have positioned yourself with everybody else for the last 10 years, you're basically long real estate, you're long bonds, you're long stocks, and you're on the long side of the trade. And now that whole trade is turning around. Again, you have to look at your own asset structure, and a lot of these questions you just have to answer for yourself. And if you're very uncertain, then the first thing is you can just get out of the market. I've been advocating to our members for a long time that I saw a lot of risk being in the stock market. I have always been an alternative trader, and in an alternative environment like this, I've never done better. So while everybody's been on the same side of the trade, I look for certain things, which I'm going to discuss in a moment, to get me on the other side. So ultimately, risk is a function of knowledge. And so again, you have to look at your asset structure, and certainly a time like this, I think we've been conditioned that markets will automatically turn around. Certainly the stock market. There's been a knee-jerk reaction that every good selling move has been a buying opportunity. I'm not so sure about this one. I think that this is going to be deeper and perhaps much more long-lasting than most people are positioned for. So the first thing I would do is get on the sidelines. If you're in mutual funds or have stocks, I don't think you can get hurt just getting on the sidelines. They'll always let you buy it back. The market's always open 24 hours a day, and if you want back in, they'll let you back in. But the first thing is to protect yourself, and doing so, putting your assets in cash. There's a flight to quality now. Everything is going into the dollar and into cash instruments. Everybody's getting out of gold, oil, stocks, and everything else and just going to cash. So that's the first thing. But as far as trading in chaotic market conditions, first off, the word chaos kind of implies uncertainty, which of course there is, and something that is fraught with danger and risk, and of course that is also. But as I always, as I just said a moment ago, to me, risk is a function of knowledge, and I look at this chaos and this volatility as opportunity. And I have never made more money so quickly than just in the last 3 weeks. I made 3,000 pips in a handful of trades, long pound New Zealand and short dollar yen. I closed those out about a week ago. I shorted gold around $1,687. It's trading at $1,450 now. I've been shorting the Nasdaq futures on the spot market, just taking advantage of this decline in the stock market. So to my mind, risk is a function of knowledge. I've been doing this a long time, and when I see these setups, I don't see them as risky. Now, for other people stepping in and trying to time a gold move, where gold's literally moved $250 in the last week. Now, that sounds, really, and it's dropped, which took a lot of people by surprise. But guess what? I've been alerting our members for 3 weeks now that there was a divergence with silver, a bearish divergence, and I didn't like the price action. I saw a double top forming in gold. And so what I look for is a governing price pattern. And I'm going to show you a sheet. I'm going to show you my rules for trading in condition markets, chaotic markets, which first I basically identify a governing price pattern. And once a price pattern emerges, then it tells me the direction it's going to take. So, when I saw the double top in gold, it told me that it was going to reverse lower. I didn't ask a question why. I didn't ask a question, well, if stock market, investors are getting killed, won't there be a flight to safety or quality? Won't people go into gold? I don't ask the why question. I don't trade on emotions. I look at price. And the governing price pattern in gold was telling me that there was going to be a reversal. That's the definition of a reversal price pattern, which a double top is. And so I started getting in at 1687, right at the top of that reversal pattern. And right now it's trading about $1,450 in the market. It's dropped $250 in 2.5 days. That's $25,000 profit for every $1,000 you bet in 2.5 days. So, what looks like a, ridiculously risky environment, to me, I live for these markets. I eat these markets up. And so ultimately, risk is a function of knowledge. I mean, if I was going to go, if I needed heart surgery, I'd go to Michael DeBakey at the Houston hospital, and it would be a much less of a risk than if I went next door, and asked my neighbor to open my chest up. So risk is a function of knowledge. I've been doing this for a long time. I started the Pattern Trader to share my knowledge about, not only how to identify opportunities in the market, but also identify where the risk is, where the pitfalls are. And so hopefully, if you're interested in what we do, I can help you with that. So this is a very good time to take stock of everything you own. Go on the sidelines if you're unsure, and then educate yourself. Knowledge is the best weapon you can have under any market condition, but especially these. I do see some very ominous patterns setting up in the stock market. I shared with our members last night a pattern that I saw back in 1929 that preceded the 1929 stock market crash. And guess what? There's a pattern that looks just like that right now. So to me, going short the stock market is not a risky bet. It's based on price and patterns, not emotion, not analysis, not some knee-jerk thing. I'm not looking at the news. So I hope this helped you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. So I hope you have a healthy and prosperous trading day, and I'll see you next time.